Yo, what's good, YouTube? Here I'm going to be showing you guys basically what we've been able to do for this investor here who's running a nationwide kind of business model or kind of a broader business model with PPC. And we're basically just going to break down the account itself and their strategy and how we're getting them over a 6x ROI on their PPC. So this gentleman, he is a one-man show, just a solo operator. So he does all the acquisitions work. He does the dispo work, everything that you may be doing yourself if you are also a solo operator, right? So this year, he's generated $129,000 just from PPC. He's only been running with us for about 4 months, I believe, and so $129,000. And we're gonna break down all the metrics as far as like how he generated it, what his lead conversion was, all that. So you can see here he's got a total of 325 leads. Out of 325 leads, he put 20 under contract. So right there, we're looking at a total of, 325 divided by 20. Every 1 in 16 leads he locked up into a deal. And out of the 20, he's closed 7 of those deals, equating to that $129,000. When we take a look at the pipeline here in a second, you'll see that some of these deals are still closing. And so this ROI is actually going to be higher than what it's showing because he does have some pending in the pipeline. So let's jump straight over to his pipeline and we'll see what's going on there. All right, so we're in his pipeline. You can pretty much see, all the leads that we've generated. 98 disqualified leads. This may be somebody who, was not in the area that he was looking for, or it was, too low valued, meaning that the house had no equity, or, it was a wholesaler, it was listed, et cetera, et cetera. Everyone has their own criteria for what is considered disqualified. But you can see here that out of the 320 something leads, we had 98 that were disqualified, 15 that he has not organized yet, and then 192 opportunities here. And these are people that he actually identified in his business as people he was able to get in contact with, people that he was going to make offers to, and people he could potentially actually do business with, right? Out of those contracts, he put 20, out of these leads here, he put 20 under contract. So here's the closed deals here on the right hand side, and then we're looking at an additional 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of these 13 that are still pending. Actually, 8 that are still pending. So more than likely, he's going to have a much higher ROI than just 6. And in the next screen here, I'm going to show you exactly pretty much how he's spent the money in the campaigns, all of that, and I'll break down kind of what we do inside of his account to make sure we're getting a good return for him. Okay. All right. So here we are at the ad reporting dashboard. Now you're going to notice a couple things. Number one is I'm just going to point this out right where it says revenue. If you add these up, $65,500 and $27,500, it's not going to equal that 129, and that's because the reporting dashboard has a couple of leads that didn't link up into here that actually did close, but the true amount that did close from this campaign was 129,000 and some change, right? So the beauty of this tool is basically this tool tells us exactly where we're spending our money and which campaigns are actually providing us a return on our investment, right? Which ones are providing us the highest ROI and where we should spend more of our money. So you guys can see here that we have one that we spent $13,572 on, and it's saying we got a 4.8x ROI. Plus, I know that again we have one of these deals where it didn't link up to it, and he's at 129 instead of the. Let me see what that amount is: 65,500 plus 27,500. That's 93,127,500 minus 93,000. We're looking at $34,000 of missing revenue right here, right? So ultimately, this campaign is obviously yielding a higher ROI than this one. You put 13 in, got 65 out, pretty good. And again, we're still missing some of the revenue that's not reporting to the dashboard. And he has pending contracts, which is amazing. So he was getting a average cost per lead on this campaign of $124.51. and on this one down here of 141, right? You can see on the bottom that we have this campaign that didn't yield any revenue. And ultimately, the reason why we shut it down pretty early is that the CPL was kind of in line with like what we were seeing over here, but it wasn't producing the results that we wanted. So we decided to shut it down and allocate more of the budget into what was actually working, right? So this is really important because obviously, if we're managing your campaigns and we're trying to get you the highest ROI for your money, we want to make sure that every single dollar we're spending is getting spent towards the right campaigns and not the wrong campaigns, and everything that you're getting back is of the highest quality in a sense, right? So this dashboard, so this is the same dashboard here, and this dashboard basically will tell us all the way down to the keyword level, all the way down to the specific ad that we use, which one generated the sale, which one turned the lead into a deal. And this way we can use all of this data to really push the correct information back into Google in two forms, both in the ad account by making sure that, hey, the budget is only getting spent on the profitable ads and profitable keywords, but also by using offline conversion tracking, which I'll have another video on, where we're feeding the correct data back into Google. And again, feeding Google the data that is the data that's going to give you the highest ROI, right? So we really, really go deep into the numbers here. Make sure that we're spending the money only where money's being generated and there's no waste in your ad account. A lot of campaign managers, all they're doing is they're going to throw up your ad account, they're going to let it run, and what's going to happen is they're going to ultimately spend your money on a bunch of different ad groups and a different ad sets, and they're not going to actually know where your sales are coming from. They're not going to be able to say, hey, Josh, go ahead and turn this campaign off or turn these ads off and place your budget here because this is where you're actually making money, right? Almost no campaign providers can actually do that for you, which sounds ridiculous, but it's absolutely true 90% of the time. So I'm just going to flip back to the other dashboard and kind of keep talking about this really quick. And so now that we're back here, again, we have all this data, right? It tells us not only just like, hey, how much ROI, what was the ROI for the campaign, but what was the cost per deal, right? Cost per sale. So again, we're missing some metrics here. There was a second deal closed out of this one and a fifth deal closed out of this one. So cost per sale here, which is basically cost per deal, he spent $13,572 divided by 5. Cost per deal is $2,714. And, he's getting, again, he's missing a deal here, a higher average than $16,375, right? Really good return. Here, same thing. We're missing a deal. So his actual cost per deal, this is a little bit higher of $4,322. Now, his average deal size is still fairly high, so it's working very well. In total, he spent $24,561 and generated $129,000. So 129 divided by 24,561. And we're looking at a little bit over a 5x ROI. I think I said 6 earlier, but a little bit over a 5x ROI. And ultimately, this has been very scalable for him and something that he's going to be increasing over time. So this is just one example of a very successful campaign for a client. And they're really happy to be working with us, and we're happy to work with them. If you're looking to jump into PPC here in the near future and you want to basically get paired up with a campaign manager that's actually going to be able to break down your entire ad account A to Z and tell you exactly where every single penny is spent, while also using the right tools such as offline conversion tracking, conditional conversion tracking, form tracking, call tracking, everything that you need, we do for you. So if you're interested in getting a campaign like this one set up, just click on the link below. It's raidealsystems.com/marketing. Fill out a survey there and schedule a call. We'll see if we're fit to launch a campaign in your market and hopefully get you some results like these. So I'll see you guys on the call if you join. So take care.